Hello, it's Peter Wright and Kathleen Beauvais with another weekly wrap-up for the Yakking Show. So first, let's say hello to Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Peter. Thank you so much. And thank you also very much for tuning in this week. We so appreciate having you.
That's right. And for our Southwest Ontario and probably Quebec and maybe Eastern Canada followers, I hope you're enjoying the beautiful fall colors that we have got since our first frost last week. It's amazing how quickly the trees have changed this year, isn't it, Kathleen?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. It's
it's
so
really
beautiful.
pretty out there. Yeah. So we're here now talking about the week ending 18th of October. The week is flying by. And as always, we're going to start off with Kathleen's deep dive into a health topic, and she's got a really interesting one to talk about today.
Well, Peter, I am so grateful to our followers. We have some wonderful followers. So thank you so very much. And today I want to talk about a product that, well, it's an article that has been forwarded to us by one of our followers. And thank you, Jeff, for forwarding this to us. And it's about DMSO. Have you ever heard of it, Peter?
Oh, yes, we used to use it on our horses back in, and ourselves back in Rhodesia and Zimbabwe days. Yeah.
Well, you'll be amazed. You'll want to hear all about this because DMSO can address acute injuries such as sprains, chronic musculoskeletal disorders such as arthritis. It's one of the most effective painkillers in existence. It treats severe, often incurable illnesses and can prevent long-term disability. It's one of the safest medically active substances available. So what is it, you might ask? Well, DMSO is short for dimethyl sulfoxide, which exists throughout nature. And because of its chemistry, DMSO has two remarkable properties. It acts as a universal solvent. For example, it interacts with a wide range of other substances such as steroids, vitamin C, or hydrogen peroxide, and it's able to pass through biological membranes without damaging them, including the brain. And by the way, my partner had ocular shingles several years ago. And he was afraid of following the ophthalmologist's regular protocol for ocular. Um,
Shingles.
Thank you. I couldn't remember the name. Ocular shingles. So what he did, he went to see a naturopath and had an IV cocktail of
Mm,
high dose vitamin C as well as DMSO. And wouldn't you know, it
interesting.
helped to treat his shingles, his ocular
Wow.
shingles, because he risked losing that eye completely.
Yeah,
So that's pretty remarkable.
for sure.
So DMSO, it can rapidly enter the body, including the brain, as I said. For example, within 5 minutes, it can be found in the blood, and within an hour, it can be found within the bones, but simultaneously does not accumulate within the body. That's amazing
It is.
although it may sound concerning that DMSO can spread through the body, including the brain, it can actually heal cells and protect them from damage from many otherwise lethal stressors such as heat, blood loss, radiation, and sonic shock waves.
That's a
Because
good one.
I know, because of the intense scrutiny that DMSO has received, there have been thousands of papers published on its biological effects, all of which did not report any significant side effects. And I think one of the side effects, believe it or not, when you put it on your body, you end up emanating a smell of for me, it smelled more like pickles or a garlicky smell.
All
But
right.
it doesn't last. It doesn't last that long, but still, that's one of the common side effects that people
Mm.
report. So what can DMSO do for you? It helps with circulatory disorders. So it helps protect and enhance blood flow by removing excess fluid and dissolving clots. It can help with Raynaud's syndrome and even varicose veins.
Oh, I got to jump in there. That's incredible because I suffer from both those, varicose veins and Raynaud's. My fingers get
Mhm.
so painful, and the rest of my body can be quite comfortable, and I can have gloves on, and yet my fingers are in agony from the cold, right? So, I've got to try that. Yeah. Thanks, Kathleen.
Absolutely. It also can help with heart attacks because it can restore cardiac output and cerebral blood flow,
Mm,
etc. It helps with strokes because, of course, it helps to dissolve blood clots. It helps with spinal cord injuries. And here's one. It helps with cognitive impairment and dementia. Can you believe it?
wow.
Because many neurological disorders are linked to poor blood flow to the brain, it stands
Sure.
to reason that cognitive disorders would respond well to DMSO. So they have IV DMSO also has been known to help neurological disorders such as multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, and even ALS, Peter. Like, I mean,
Wow.
and let me show you what it looks like because
Mm,
we have it here at home. And we don't get anything for this, by the way. We just are here to tell you about this article. But here's what DMSO, it comes in a couple of forms. So this is the gel form,
right.
and here is the liquid form,
Hmm.
both of which you can apply. It doesn't matter which, it's whatever your preference is. But we keep it here. We rub it on if we have a muscle ache or something like that. It's wonderful for that. And also, it enhances, as I mentioned, it enhances some of the other supplements that you're taking, like vitamin C. So, I mean, if you're using products regularly and you want them enhanced, that's a good way of doing that. So,
Ah, that's really good. I'm so glad that Jeff told us about this because, as
yeah.
I said, about 20, 30 years ago in Rhodesia and then Zimbabwe and South Africa, when I was playing a lot of equine sports, polo and polo cross, horses get sprained tendons and injuries, and we use it a lot on horses. And my partner Sue worked as a part-time nurse in a veterinary practice, and DMSO was their go-to for just about everything.
So how
I
was it
mean,
applied though? How did they apply?
topically, always topically.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to put it on with a brush on horses' fetlocks. We would put it on over the hair with a little brush it all around the joint, and in no time they would be feeling better.
Well, if
Yeah.
it works on horses, then my goodness, you could probably use it. I wonder if you could probably use it on other pets. Why not, right? I don't know.
Well, there's no side effects, so I'm sure they use it on dogs in the surgery, most definitely. Um, and we use it on ourselves. And then, of course, we came to Canada, and then we had horses here, but didn't play sport. And I forgot all about it until you mentioned that article to me.
And Peter, like I said, I've had this in my medicine cabinet. So
Yeah.
and
So
people
here's
love it.
here's the big question for you.
Mhm.
Why is it not so more widely used? Why do so few people know about it? If there's been thousands of papers published on it, why do so few people know about it?
Well, you can find these products at natural food stores and you can talk about it with your naturopath. But I don't know if you would be able to get any information on this from a medical doctor. I honestly don't know. It's not a pharmaceutical product. It's something that's over the counter at your natural
Mhm.
food store. So
I
I
think
don't
that's
know,
the
Peter.
answer. I think that is the answer. We don't need to go too far down that rabbit hole. I'm going to go back to there's lots of people worried about electromagnetic fields and sonic booms causing all sorts of things from weather disruptions to massive weapons of not mass destruction, but ways to control population. And I don't want to go too far down there, but electromagnetic radiation is a problem. We know that. That's been scientifically proven. So if this would help with that, there's another huge advantage, right?
I mean, it's a wonderful product, and let's hope
Mm,
it stays out on the shelves for people to access.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, thanks for that. That was really interesting, and it's reminded me, should I say, I will be going into town this afternoon, and I'm going to go to our health store and get some and start using it. Because for me, that never mind the odd aches and pains, but varicose veins, Raynaud's, and I've had a heart attack. So there's three reasons for me to take it, right?
Absolutely.
And if it penetrates the brain, you never know. It might wake up a few cells that have been dormant for too long. There's always hope, isn't there?
Well, for some, I took some last night and it didn't help with my recall of shingles, the word shingles. Anyway.
Oh dear. Anyway, so that was Kathleen deep dive into health and the health product all in one. And it's, as she said, it's not a product that we make a commission on or anything, but we want to recommend it because it's good and it's safe. So let's tell you what's been going on the Yakking Show this week. Tuesday, we had Lauren Callahan, who's a gut health specialist. She was on the show on Tuesday. Very interesting woman because she's also like me, an ultra marathon runner, and better than me, an Ironman. Although she's a woman, she's an Ironman triathlete. The Ironman is a standard marathon, 42-kilometer run. Well, first it's a swim. I think it's a 5-mile swim right in a lake. Then it's a 26-mile or 42.2-kilometer run, and then it's a 160-kilometer, 100-mile cycle ride, right, all in one day.
Oh,
And
that's unreal.
she's not many people manage that. I've never attempted it because I can't swim very well, but she's done more than one, and I've run a 50-mile ultra. She's run a 100-mile ultra in 24 hours. So she's one very fit lady. She talks about gut health and overcoming problems by eating correctly and, of course, exercising. So it's a really good episode. That was our guest this week on Tuesday. Who we got coming up? Next Tuesday, we will have Sarah Dawkins, who's an English woman who lives in Spain, and her topic is healing yourself with a combination of diet, mindfulness, exercise, and she's made some huge improvements to her own health. And that's what she does. She helps other people, mainly women, improve their health in a balanced way. The week after her is another delightful woman this time from Estonia. It'll be our first guest from Estonia, May-Liis Kvistik, who's very interesting. She specializes in natural skincare products and face yoga and a few other exercises, and that's a good episode.
Have
And
you
then
tried your
rounding,
face yoga yet?
no, I haven't. I think my face is beyond repair, quite honestly. Maybe
I've been trying it.
have you? Okay, maybe DMSO might help. I don't know. And then just the fourth week from now will be Jeff Patterson, who we interviewed recently, and he's talks about meditative practices and various Eastern arts that you can do. Very interesting, very deep and philosophical, but some really good advice in there. So that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's who's coming up. And then, of course, we always have a featured author every week and a featured book. And this week it's Tuesday's guest, Lauren Callahan, with her book Powerful Not Tired, and it's aimed at women specifically. And part of it's her story of how she overcame some really severe difficulties and health problems to get to a stage where she can do Ironman triathlons and run 100 miles. And she gives advice there on, for women particularly, on how to improve your health and mindfulness. So that's what we've got coming up for you on the Yakking Show. And make sure you don't miss out. So hop onto the website, yakkingshow.com, and sign up for our weekly newsletter, and you'll know who's coming on this week and who's coming in the weeks to follow. And that's it for me. Thanks for listening. Back to you, Kathleen.
Well, thank you also very much for tuning in. And until next week, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.